Well, good Thursday. It's August 25th. I'm meteorologist Quaylen Murphy with your Tropics update. Of course, we're focused on Invest 99L. This is a system that is not yet tropical, but one that has garnered a lot of attention that continues through this morning. Hurricane hunters flew in the system this morning. I will give you that information in just a second. Right now, the latest is winds are at 40 miles per hour, moving west-northwest at 21 miles per hour. And again, hurricane hunters flew in earlier this morning. They did not find a well-defined center of circulation. So this still leaves the system as a non-tropical entity. With that being said, seeing lots of rainfall over parts of Puerto Rico. That rainfall also lashing portions of Dominican Republic and Haiti, Hispaniola, that island getting a lot of heavy rain, and still that potential for some flooding even without a tropical system. The latest look at the visible satellite for Invest 98L clearly does show where all the shower and storm activity is the greatest right now, mainly for the southern portions of the island, but that area of low pressure situated with this system, the broad low, to the north of the shower and thunderstorm activity. So a very disorganized system. Some of the radar being picked up showing that rainfall for portions of the area, but in no way does this rain symbolize what's happening down there with that consistent rain potential throughout this morning and through the next 24 hours. Here's a look at what we expect for the next 5 days. The system to work to the west, northwest, some gale force winds possible, winds of 48 to 55 plus miles per hour. There is an 80% chance of development over the weekend with this system, and one reason for that is because we expect the shear to relax. Those upper level winds will start to relax, which may give this system a chance to get better organized. Another hurricane flight is scheduled for later on today. So here's the ensemble forecast model, the spaghetti plots. We've been showing you these daily as well, and we are seeing still that trend of west-northwesterly direction into the weekend, and then also still that directive into and towards the Gulf of Mexico by early next week. There's still great uncertainty with the forecast. So again, without a center of circulation, it's hard to define a forecast for this system. So we're going to drive home the message of staying calm, preparing, of course, monitoring those forecasts several times a day. The latest look at the GFS model and the Euro do give us a little bit better perception of what possibly could happen, because these models are starting to show a little bit more agreement. This is Sunday, August 28th. By this time, we expect the broad low, or whatever it may be by this time frame, to be around the Bahamas and southern portions of Florida into Sunday. Now, the GFS model, this run, keeps this low pressure over the western coast of Florida and then carries it up towards the the Georgia area, excuse me, and then towards South Carolina and then out into the Atlantic Ocean. The Euro model yesterday was showing a system that was heading well out to the Gulf of Mexico, but check out this solution here, still following in suit with the GFS, keeping it on the western side of Florida Wednesday up towards the Florida Panhandle, and then taking a similar track over parts of Georgia and South Carolina. So again, seeing a little bit more agreement today compared to the previous few days. One variable or element that will help to steer the system, this area of high pressure. Now, this is Friday morning. Right now, that ridge is pretty solid over the southern Gulf Coast states, which is why we've been so hot. But we do expect for this ridge of high pressure to sort of push to the east into the coming days, even through the weekend. So with this ridge of high pressure not serving as a blocker, it'll move out of the way. That will allow for that area of low pressure to start to move to the north. So again, there are several variables in play. I talked about that shear becoming less into the coming days. We're already seeing some of that now on the latest satellite water vapor imagery. The green representing the moisture, the darker shades, the orange shades representing that drier air. You can see that drier air now pushing south into the Caribbean Sea. Not much of that drier air left here around the island. So as this area of low pressure continues to push to the west and northwest, it will deal with less of that drier air, giving it an opportunity to get a little bit stronger, possibly. Also, another factor will be the water temperatures. Temperatures very much warm, close to 90 degrees, especially as we get closer to the Gulf Stream. And no question that the Gulf of Mexico is absolutely hot, with temperatures close to 90 degrees here as well. So we'll have to watch as that area of low pressure gets around the Gulf Coast of Florida. It certainly will have the chance to get stronger within these warmer waters of the Gulf of Mexico. Also, look at the wind gusts. We're seeing those increased wind potential, some of that around the islands as the system works into Friday morning. The yellows representing 50+ mile-per-hour winds, and we can see with that broad low circulation, the forecast model picking up on the movement potentially of that system. So getting into Saturday evening around the southern coast of Florida, winds of 30 miles per hour. And then as we see the low make progress potentially up the coast of Florida, we could see winds in Pensacola at around 35 miles per hour. So this could be an indication as well as to where this system may be going in the coming days. Also, the rainfall forecast from the GFS indicating that we could see between 8, possibly 10 plus inches of rain for southern portions of Florida, so from, let's say, south of Tampa down to Miami, and then gradually seeing a decrease in the amount of rainfall potential. Notice out here around Louisiana, we don't see too much going on here in rainfall. So this also lends itself to the current solutions of the GFS and the Euro. That's a lot of information. That's all that we're watching in the coming days, and that we'll be keeping an eye on so that we can help to monitor the system even more. Hopefully models will stay aligned and stay in agreement. As far as a hurricane goes, is Gaston out here. No concerns for this system. Actually now down to tropical storm force winds. So this is the latest update from the National Hurricane Center. Not a surprise that it weakened. We did expect that today, but there is potential it could strengthen again to Category 1, possibly Category 2 status into next week. This is Bermuda, and right now it looks like this cone of error and uncertainty stays to the east of Bermuda. So Gaston, not a concern for anyone else. Aside from what's going on in the Atlantic, everything else is quiet. That includes the Caribbean Sea and the Gulf of Mexico. No surprise that things are ramping up. As I mentioned, we know it's that time of the year where we start to look towards the peak of hurricane season, which is officially September 10th, that being the peak day. And then into October, we could still see some storms developing that could be tropical. So we'll keep our eyes on, of course, on what's happening in the Atlantic basin. That's the latest. Those updates will come further throughout the day with Chief Meteorologist Margaret Orr and Meteorologist Jay Galley. Thanks for joining us here on WDSU.com.